Klur Kapatisi TV. Kabul, Kamashin Kabalas Nakarpang Kabakhamskem, Kamstet, Kamklan, Batbaduna Bam Umpnia.
Ka Asian Development Bank kan sa ajing Kyrshan arpo Klur tingka hakashisnem syakatanat social welfare jangka Sorkar jilla na kebentaban sam ni ki Jingbam taimet syaki Khynnah rit hakishnang baper jangka jilla Meghalaya. Haka jeng kren Meghalaya pathai kubor u advisor jangka tanat social welfare ka Sorkar jilla uba polling do ulaya thu ka jingsam ni ki Jingbam taimet na kebenta ki Khynnah rit ka longlingba ka supplementary nutrition program.
In this meeting, key initiatives of the Department of Social Welfare were analysed, debated upon, and we also came up with a POA, a plan of action of the fresh initiatives that I will be announcing today. So at this meeting, a major decision taken was that all villages that are known as uncovered villages, in the sense that we do not have Anganwadi centers, will be covered now. We have about roughly 1,700 such villages, and as of date, there are 6,000 plus AWCs, and the remaining 1,700 will be covered within March 2026, meaning that the entire state will now come under coverage by the Anganwadi centers. Apart from that, the SNP, Supplementary Nutrition Program of the government of Meghalaya, will be further enhanced with addition of fresh items that have not formed part of the diet that is prescribed and distributed through the Anganwadi centers. In this regard, we are happy to announce that the Asian Development Bank has already come forward to support the state government with a sanction amount of 20 crore rupees per year for this enhanced SNP program, which includes both the HCM, the hot cooked meals, and the THR, that is the take home rations. And apart from items that are currently available under the new sanction, we will also be through the AWCs, we will also be giving hot meals twice a day and 2 eggs per week for children of the ages between 3 and 6. And wherever there is any gap in the funding that would come through the ADB, the state government has decided that it would supplement any such deficit or gap. We also have our attention has also been drawn to the fact that quite a few of the centers do not have electricity, and in order to meet this gap in power supply to the centers, 2,000 centers will be upgraded by the end of this year, and these centers will be now communitized, meaning that the focus will now shift from government ownership of the centers to community ownership, and solar panels will be provided to these centers, and also we will now integrate various learning activities, recreation, and also uh, the of these 2,000 centers, we will begin with a pilot project covering 200 locations. So we also took note of the need to further strengthen our ECCE, that is early childhood care and education, through community mobilization that would also include faith-based organizations. And to further strengthen manpower requirement, a post for lady supervisors to be known as assistants to CDPOs will be created. The Honorable Chief Minister has also stressed on micro level detailing and outcome tracking of the various initiatives, and he would personally undertake quarterly review visits to the centers. We have come up with a detailed action plan which will cover the activities which I had mentioned to you, and also various initiatives will also include visit to the CCIs to be led by the Chief Minister. These will be taken up immediately. I'm also happy to announce here that we will also introduce 4 more working women hostels across the state. These will cover Shillong, Jawai, Ribhoi, and Tura. And for women and the problems of domestic violence, aggression against women, etc., we would like through the media to share this information that there is a dedicated helpline that is 181, which is open 24 into 7, and any specific complaints or emergencies relating to violence against women, this number is accessible to all. The department will also ensure the upgradation and construction of toilets in schools, which will be done in tandem with the DRDA and the Department of Education. You will recall that in the last major conclave convened by the department, we had invited school kids to also attend, and there was also a distribution of sanitary pads which are locally made. These will now be done on a regular basis and will cover all schools across the state with special focus on adults and girls, and will cover all rural areas. Self-defense training programs for girls to be rolled out in schools in both rural and urban areas on a mission mode. And there will be coordination with the police department and the Department of Sports and Youth Affairs. These are the major initiatives and interventions that we have agreed upon, and there will be further refurbishment and upgradation of the women helpline workstations. This will be completed within 3 months' time. Preparation of testimonies of the 181 women helpline beneficiaries. These are women who have benefited through our intervention, timely intervention, and we will be recording their testimonies in order to further create public awareness about this service. So this will be achieved within a time span of 3 months. Procurement of vehicles for the 181 Women Helpline workstations. The department has committed to complete the process within 3 months' time, and completion of boundary fencing for the OSCs. This will come up within 1 month. So these are the major initiatives which go across the board, covering every aspect of the safety and security and uplift of women and children. So it's a very far-reaching and impactful meeting, and I am confident that when we next meet and update you about the progress, we should be able to achieve tangible results, which we will share with the public. Department of Education, 1, 2, the Department of Sports and Youth Affairs, and also through the local institutions, the Dorbashnongs. We will reach out to them because we want to make sure that all girl children come forward, all female kids come forward and be part of this very important initiative to ensure the safety and security of children. So it's a major project, and that apart, I think you also would like to take note of the fact that the latest meeting of the cabinet also came up with renewed focus on the VDPs. I kept stressing about the Village Defence Party as a linkage between the community and the police department. Now we talk of the increased crimes against women, whether we talk of the incidents of drug traffickers taking advantage of the gap in policing and thereby increasing their criminal activities. All of that can be taken care of if members of the community come forward to be part of policing. And this is not an isolated case. You have even metropolis like New York, which has neighborhood watch. What is neighborhood watch? It's the same concept as the VDP. You become part of the policing system. But the best part here is that today the government had, from a pittance of 800 rupees per month, has now decided to increase that incentive to 3,000 per volunteer per month. And these volunteers need not be present on the roads, on the streets, 24/7. They will be there to just give that sense of security and safety to the residents, and the service will be utilized based on inputs received from, say, a hotspot. But they'll not be there, it's not going to be a 12-hour job or even an 8-hour job. As and when they are required, they'll be present. But the whole point is they become our contact point and a linkage between the local community and the police department. One is that in the past 4 months or so, we have already cleared the appointment of a nutritionist who is qualified and who has offered a pro bono service to the state, and his job is to collect samples and report back to the department. That is one. Two is we have now decided that the approach of the government in the AWCs will be that we will now make it a community centered approach rather than a normal government entity, because making it a community based approach would mean that the Shnong, the Dorbar, the women's groups will all be have direct access to the center, and it will be seen as a community initiative rather than a government initiative. No, these are distributed across all schools and also through community centers, because all along there has always been this, because of the absence of these pads, a number of girls even stay out and stay away from schools. But now, as you would remember, in the last distribution, which was organized at Lariti, we had distributed these pads, and also the entire event was videographed with the purpose of highlighting that this initiative is now available. And as I mentioned today, we will now cover the entire state.
Can you give us a rough figure of how much is the dropout rate that students tend to stay away from school in a, like say in a month? Do they stay absent for 4 days, or how many days? A rough figure.
On an average, about 10 days or so.
Yes. 10 days in a year.
In a month.
In a month.
In a month. Yeah.
Okay, so that means this eventually leads to a high rate of dropout rate of students.
Yeah, high rate of first absenteeism, and eventually they turn into be dropouts. So it's a major initiative, because we would like to see that our children, and especially in the context of a girl child, she does not become incapacitated because of the menstrual cycle. As I mentioned, we already have participants, victims of such threats, and also of actual acts of violence, who, because of the intervention of the department and the support of the police, have now come forward and have also recorded their statements. And those statements will become available to the public in the next 3 to 4 months.
This 182.
It is, yes. Based on every call we attend, we alert, police is activated, and it is a 24/7 free service. It is yet to be completed, but wherever there is a shortfall, we will attend to such shortfalls, and I've indicated a time span that we will roll out this initiative within the next 3 months. I appreciate the fact that we have to execute these works in a manner that we should be able to provide durable and quality toilets.
Pin Reels Park, ya các tiên là dòng pin đan cam, ya cả ba căn kiêu các tiên khasi, các tiên là dòng ai căn rồi căn pa, các căn tiên risau, các đây vật cả mút dâu benai và shipho dòng cả snem, hau niu benai, kala đây ru cả portion rai, hakabaki slading slasi. Kikup ya karong risau kani ka kentin risau kamurru ya ka metba jong ukhnam tudaya kan mau kendit ho lapan mi ta ka pati CTV naga menta ka jingmentoi upat ba